So I'm learning through the book of 2 Samuel chapter 13. It talks about the story of Amon and Tamar in the Bible, which were children of David. So 2 Samuel chapter 13 verse 1 says, "Now after this, it was so that Absalom, son of David, had a lovely sister whose name was Tamar, and Amon, the son of David, loved her. Amon was so distressed over his sister Tamar that he became sick, for she was a virgin, and it was improper for Amon to do anything to her. But Amon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shimei, David's brother." So apparently this is his cousin, Amon's cousin, Jonadab. "Now Jonadab was a very crafty man, and he said to him, 'Why are you the king's son, becoming thinner day after day? Will you not tell me?' And Amon said to him, 'I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister.'" So this is his stepsister we're talking about. And yes, I'm reading from the New King James Version. "So Jonadab said to him, 'Lie down on your bed and pretend to be ill. And when your father comes to see you, say to him, Please let my sister Tamar come and give me food, and prepare the food in my sight, that I may see it and eat it from her hand.' Then Amon lay down and pretended to be ill. And when the king came to see him, Amon said to the king, 'Please let Tamar, my sister, come and make a couple of cakes for me in my sight, and that I may eat from her hand.' And David sent home to Tamar, saying, 'Now go to your brother Amon's house and prepare food for him.' So Tamar went to her brother Amon's house, and he was lying down. Then she took flour, and kneaded it, made cakes in his sight, and baked the cakes. And she took the pan and placed them out before him, but he refused to eat. Then Amon said, 'Have everyone go out from me.' And they all went out from him. Then Amon said to Tamar, 'Bring the food into the bedroom, that I may eat from your hand.' And Tamar took the cakes which she had made and brought them to Amon her brother in the bed. Now when she had brought them to him to eat, he took hold of her and said to her, 'Come, lie with me, my sister. And she answered him, 'No, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing should be done in Israel. Do not do this disgraceful thing. And I, where could I take my shame? And as for you, you would be like one of the fools in Israel. Now, therefore, please speak to the king, for he will not withhold me from you.' However, he would not heed her voice, and being stronger than she, he forced her and lay with her. Then Amon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred with which he hated her was greater than the love with which he had loved her. And Amon said to her, 'Arise, be gone.' And she said to him, 'No, indeed, this evil of sending me away is worse than the other that you did to me.' But he would not listen to her. Then he called his servants who attended him and said, 'Here, put this woman out away from me,' and bolted the door behind her. Now she had a robe of many colors, for the king's virgin daughters wore such apparel. And his servants put her out and bolted the door behind her. Then Tamar put ashes on her head and tore her robe of many colors that was on her, and laid her hand on her head, and went away crying bitterly. And Absalom, her brother, said to her, 'Has Amnon your brother been with you? But now hold your peace, my sister. He is your brother. Do not take this thing to heart.' So Tamar remained desolate in her brother Absalom's house. But when King David heard of all these things, he was angry, and Absalom spoke to his brother Amon, neither good nor bad, for Absalom hated Amon because he had forced his sister Tamar. This is just a very sad story. First, I'll be pointing out three things. In fact, four things. One, Jonadab, which was the cousin of this Amon. Amon is the step. David had many wives. So apparently Amon and Tamar are siblings, but not direct siblings. They just come from the same father, but not the same mother. So the thought even being in his heart first, what I should point out is dysfunction. The family already had a tie, they already had a dysfunction in their family that David started from when he slept with Bathsheba, and then that's someone's wife, and then just married her, killed her husband and married her, and then all the story of dysfunction from David's line, now propagating it into his children, passing it down from generation. It was like a heritage of dysfunction in that family. He said that David loved her, but I'll rightly say that that wasn't love. Just follow me, you get what I'm saying. Because another version, was there another version? Okay, no. Let me not confuse you guys. So apparently they're saying that the son of David, Amon, loved this his sister. So when he kept thinking, he was saying his sister is a virgin, and it was an improper thing for Amon to do anything to her. So yes, the thought of sleeping with that his sister was already in his mind. But he now spoke to his cousin Jonadab, and the cousin Jonadab did not even guy. He just said plainly, lie down on your bed, pretend to be ill, and when your father comes to see you, say to him, please let my sister Tamar come to me, give me food, prepare the food in my size that I may sit and eat from her hand. So he already gave him a lineup of activities, how he's going to say it, what he's going to do, like, the company you keep. This one is even family member, but the family was already dysfunctional, but man, like, see what he advised his cousin to do to his own cousin, his sister. What his cousin should do to his sister. That's the second thing I want to point out, that the company, the advice that he had that spurred or motivated him to do that evil was that his cousin Jonadab. David now came to see this son that was supposedly sick, and then all he could tell his father is, he's not telling me what he's doing. Is it malaria? What he's doing? You're telling me, please tell my sister to come and make cake and bring. I want to eat it from her hand. I want her to make it in my presence. I don't know why David did not, you guess, I don't know, maybe he didn't think that it was anything. He just felt like, it's my son now and the sister. He just wants the sister to cook for him. Homemade meal. Okay. So that's beside the story. The third point I'm making was now, okay, when David now went to go and tell the sister now came, cooked the food, though they sent the guards out. She prepared the meal for him, food for him, made everything, now brought it to him. Then he was now trying to get in bed with this his sister. The sister kept saying that this is evil, oh, this is evil, that just marry me. It's better that you can just tell your father to marry me and he will agree, because it's already known, they're already, like, they can marry their siblings. That's just their, this thing. Apparently in the Old Testament it was already happening. But this family in particular is dysfunctional. So the brother he did not agree. He insisted, he raped her, laid with her. After, the crazy thing is that, like, the very deep thing here is that after he lay with her, They said he hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred with which he hated her was greater than the love with which he loved her. So I'm wondering, why did he now hate her after he had already had his way with her? He had already slept with his sister. So why did he hate her more than the love he had for her? See, that thing he had for her was not love in the first place. It was just lust. Let's not mistake lust for love, because he just lusted after that his sister. He wanted to be in bed with her. He wanted to have sex with her. That was all he wanted to do. So after he was done with that, he didn't have any need for her. He felt that he has done what he wanted to do, and then he knew it was wrong. So he just felt that let him just disconnect himself from his sister. He hated her, chased her out, sent her out. The sister was sad, cried. Okay. The fourth thing, the fourth thing. The sister went home with her hand on her head, though, sad, going back home. And from this story, I don't think Absalom, her brother, her real brother from the same mother, I don't think he knew. Did David tell them, or maybe when she was going to Amon's house, he knew about it or something. But apparently he knew the kind of person that his brother was, or maybe Amon had already discussed it with him, but they are not saying it here. I'm just assuming that he knew the interest, the lust that he had for this, that Amon had for this his sister Tamar. Well, so when she came back, he said to her, and Absalom, her brother, said to her, has Amon your brother been with you? But now hold your peace, my sister. He is your brother. Do not take this into heart. Jesus Christ. What kind of family is this? First, someone raped your sister, and you're now telling her that I see you've been with Absalom. I see you've been with Amon. I beg you, hold your peace. You know he's your brother. Don't say anything. Just keep quiet. Don't take it to heart. Really. He didn't do anything about it. He just wanted her to conceal the matter. Just hide it. Stay with him. Don't shout. Don't tell anybody. Don't make a fuss about it. But he was angry. He was angry about it. But he just wanted her to be quiet and not say anything. That she should live with this pain that she had and not say anything about it. Absalom was wrong. Those are just the 4 points I wanted to point out. First, him lusting after his sister. That's Amon lusting after Tamar. Then Jonadab, his cousin, advising him, being a catalyst to this evil. And then him doing it, then hating his sister exceedingly after doing it, showing that he just had lust for her. And then Absalom telling his sister to keep it in. Tamar really went through a lot. She went through a lot from this story. It's very evident that the girl went through a lot, because apparently when you read on to 2 Samuel 14, you see that later Absalom ended up killing that brother. He ended up killing his brother after breathing it in his heart for long. Like, he planned, I think it was in war or something, like he made the soldiers kill him. He lived with that guilt. He waited. That's just another story for another day. But let's be careful the way we propagate evil, like the way we entertain all these lustful desires, the way we live our lives in dysfunction, and not being conscious of a generation that will be coming after us, our family that might end up living by that standard, living by that dysfunction that we've already created from our lives. This dysfunction passing on to your family is a very great evil, and we should really be watchful in these times. We should really be very watchful not to breed dysfunction, not to propagate evil, not to welcome evil and lust in our lives, because it will never lead to good. It always ends up the wrongest ways. So may God help us to do what's right, to live right. Galatians chapter 5 verse 1. I don't know if I'm in. Let me check. Galatians chapter 5 verse 16. Right? Walk in the spirit and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So please, let's walk in the spirit. Let's ask the Holy Spirit to help us. So whatever lust you have, you will not be able to fulfill it. You might have those desires, you might like someone or something, but what you do to that feeling is what it now determines whether it's wrong or right. So may God help us to do the right thing and walk in the spirit. Thank you. Please don't forget to share this video if this video blessed you, and please subscribe to my channel for more faith content.